You're watching WNDU TV. News Center 16 at noon starts now.
Now we start with a breaking news update on a story we've been following all day. A 9-year-old boy, the suspect of an Amber Alert, has been found safe. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Travis Robinson. This is that boy that was missing since yesterday, 9-year-old John Juriak. Again, he has been found. News Center 16's Joshua Short witnessed the reunion after he was returned safely. He joins us live now near where the boy was found. Josh?
Hey, good afternoon to you, Travis, and a great afternoon for the family of 9-year-old John Juriak. As you mentioned, he has been found. He was found safe. Right now, we're in his neighborhood, just off of State Road 2 here in St. Joseph County. He was found about 3 miles away at a gas station, specifically BP gas station on Western and Mayflower. News Center 16 took you there this morning. You can see the boy running to police there. Both he and his mom, Erica Nicole Juriak, were found here after police say they were tipped off by members of the community about this tan Dodge Charger. Now, many of you this morning, again, St. Joseph County tell us that they have been working, they have been putting out alerts that have woken up a lot of our viewers this morning. It's set as the alarm clock, if you will. Again, both the boy and an infant that you just saw there moments ago were in that car, and both were safe and both are in the hospital. Now, we're hearing also Special Victims is investigating this case. Travis, we also know the mother has been detained, is being questioned for sure this afternoon. We don't know any more information, but we can tell you that this entire community, since I've been here the last 10 minutes or so, we've had several people come up to us and thanked us for our reporting and making sure that this boy was found safe. Travis, it was a terrifying story this morning, but it ended on a high note, definitely a good note for sure. Reporting from St. Joseph County, Joshua Short, News Center 16. Back to you, Travis.
Very good to hear, Josh. Thank you so much for that update. Well, another update after hours of no electricity throughout South Bend. Most of the power has been restored. A power outage hit thousands of homes this morning, and Indiana Michigan Power reports that over 4,500 people were affected. The cause is said to be a cable connected to the power of an underground substation, and the outages mainly affected just the northeast side of South Bend. Now to a shooting update. Police tell us one woman was hurt after shots were fired southeast of downtown Elkhart last night. A woman says she was just walking near Prairie Street and Wagner Avenue when she heard gunfire and then was shot in the leg. Police say several cars and homes were also struck in the shooting, but we're told the victim is expected to survive. Now, right now, police say they don't have any suspect information, but if you know anything, you're encouraged to contact police immediately. And well, we've seen some beautiful weather this week, but that's all coming to an end starting tonight. Storm Team 16's David Harker joins us now from the Weather Lab with the sad news. David, the rain's on its way, but much needed, right?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword there. You know, you could hate the rain showers, the fact that they're moving in for the weekend, or you could just hate the fact that, well, we've not seen any. We're going to see the rain. It's a guarantee. I do expect it to be with us Friday. So let's get right into the forecast and usher in that beautiful look from the Elkhart Skyview 16 camera atop the Inova Federal Credit Union. You notice the dam there along the river and the firehouse in Elkhart. Just a beautiful look at the bright blue sky and some fair weather clouds out there. Temperatures, by the way, holding steady pretty close to 80 degrees. And this is where I expect us to be as we move over the next hour or two. We'll probably rise into the middle 80s before a lot of those clouds continue to push back into the area. But the rain showers will not come this afternoon nor this evening. Those will hold off and they'll be here just in time for our morning show coming up on Friday. Here's a look at the afternoon pattern. You notice the increase of clouds. South wind helping us out. It's going to still be a decent afternoon. Stick around. I'll let you know how much rain we could see for not only tomorrow, but including the weekend. That's a little bit later in this newscast. Travis?
All right, thanks, David. Developing now, we're learning what a Niles interchange could look like in the next few years. Officials say it's time to upgrade the overpass at M51 and US 12, but they're looking at getting rid of the bridge altogether. Options being considered are keeping the bridge and adding a light at the off-ramp, getting rid of the bridge and creating an intersection with indirect left turns at the light, or creating a roundabout. Nothing is set in stone, and officials say it's necessary to get feedback from the public first.
We need people to tell us what's important to them, what they observe out there, what they need this to do for them, because it's a long-term investment. This is going to be out there for a very long period of time, and we don't want to find out later it's not serving people's needs as good as it could.
You can still submit feedback until September 5th on the project. To learn more about the options and to submit your own comments, look for this story on our website and app. Now, new information to share with you this afternoon. School districts across the country are getting ready for the end of summer break and the start of a new school year. But with recent classroom shootings on the minds of many, one Michigan high school is making sure their students feel safe.
Heidi Hummel and her classmates are gearing up for their senior year at Clio High School. But in this day and age, in the light of all of the school shootings, back-to-school prep has taken a more somber tone. This year at Clio, every classroom will have what's called a safety bucket.
We're unloading them and using them for in the event if we ever needed them for a lockdown, and we could have them for food, supplies if we were ever in a long amount of time.
These buckets will go into every classroom in the Clio School District. Assistant Principal Kevin Ayre says the school needs the public's help to fill the buckets with potentially life-saving supplies.
They're going to be filled with gauze, bandages, water, necessities in a situation where we'd have to be in a long-term lockdown.
And Walmart donated at least 144 of these buckets, and students and faculty say they're great because in case of an emergency, they can use them as bathrooms as well.
Currently, the Clio Menards is taking donations for needed items. Clio Principal Lisa Taylor says her school has been trained in ALICE, and these buckets will just continue to help students feel more comfortable.
When you look at our kids, my daughter attends Clio High School. I have a high school, I have an elementary, and I look at this as a parent too, and I want our students to walk in and feel like, wow, I can't feel any safer than I do right now.
Hummel wants to be prepared, and by making sure every classroom is fully stocked, she feels ready to head back to class.
You can only live for today, and anything can happen.
Now, foster parents are in high demand in the state of Indiana. It's due to the surge of children placed in foster care, and in Indiana, that happens at twice the national rate. Tonight, you'll hear from our own Tricia Sloma about what it takes to become a foster parent. She spoke to a recruiter who wants to clear up the myths about foster parenting.
It doesn't matter if you're married, it doesn't matter if you're divorced. Whether or not you're a good parent has nothing to do with those things.
You'll meet a young couple who went through the training just last year. Find out why they wanted to open their home to 3 little girls. Plus, we'll share helpful resources and a list of foster agencies that are working hard to place kids in need. Watch Families Wanted, Indiana's foster care crisis, tonight at 6. Now, we all love vacations, but they shouldn't have to break the bank. That's why we're giving you some trip ideas that you can take on just 1 tank of gas. Indiana Beach in Monticello was first started in 1929 by the Spackman family. It was originally named Ideal Beach, and it was intended to be a place for people to swim in the summertime. Fast forward to today, Indiana Beach has over 40 rides and attractions. Admission into the park costs about $40 for adults, $25 for kids. Now, the park still has its iconic beach that's actually just a filtered concrete pool, but visitors can still play in the sand and swim in it just like any normal beach. As for the games and attractions, you won't run out of things to do, as our own Melissa Stevens shows us.
I'll take a big monkey. Yay, thank you so much.
I haven't seen that around the station, but we'll show you more fun from Indiana Beach coming up on News Center 16 at 6. Now, some great news to share this morning from Notre Dame women's basketball team. Arike Ogumbowale has won Best Play at the 2018 ESPY Awards, and here's that play now. The buzzer beater heard and seen worldwide, a shot leading to the team capturing the coveted national championship. The 26th annual ESPYs, short for Excellence in Sports Performance Yearly Award, took place in LA last night. Arike tweeted, "Thank you ESPYs and everyone that voted. Couldn't have done it without my teammates, coaches, and family. Thank you."
More to come on News Center 16.
Coming up, 2 children were bitten by a shark. Find out how they're doing and what the kids saw before the attack. Can't seem to lose weight? A recent survey says your job might be the one to blame. With all the different digital media out there, it's hard to stay focused on just one device. Find out why that could be the cause of even more issues coming up.
And yes, we have the chance of rain showers in our forecast. This map shows the chance of severe weather. We've got that green category. I'll tell you what that means coming up after the break.
You're watching WNDU TV, News Center 16 at noon.
Developing now, the United States actually leads the world in unprovoked shark attacks, at more than 50 this year. Now add 2 more attacks to that list after kids were bitten while playing in the water on Long Island, New York. 12-year-old Lola was attacked by a shark on a popular New York beach. Lola was just standing in waist-deep water when her mother says she saw a dark shadow. She couldn't believe a shark would be near this beach, let alone a shallow area. And then just minutes after she was bitten, another attack happened about 4 miles away. A 13-year-old boy also bitten on the leg, got the shark's tooth stuck in his leg. Both children are recovering from these attacks. Wildlife officials say there's no evidence linking either shark to the incidents. And that means everyone just needs to be alert when they're in the water, no matter where you're swimming. Now, a new study may give parents another reason to limit teenagers' digital media use, or at least try. Researchers at the University of Southern California found a link between heavy use of digital media and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Now, the study found that teens who used the most digital technology were twice as likely to develop symptoms of ADHD than those who used it least. ADHD is a condition that makes it difficult to pay attention for a sustained period of time, but it also involves trouble with hyperactivity and impulsivity. CDC says that nearly 1 in 10 children in the U.S., that's over 6 million kids, have some form of this disorder. Is your job causing you to gain weight? Well, many working Americans think so. A new Career Builder survey finds that 57% of the nation's workforce believes that they are overweight, and 45% believe they've gained weight at their current job, a quarter of workers saying they've gained 10 pounds or more. Nearly half of women workers report gaining weight at work compared to 40% of working men. A majority attribute their weight gain to sitting at their desk most of the day and being too tired to exercise once they get home. But there are some who have found a way to battle the weight gain on the job. At least 26% of people who work out 4 days a week or more say they lost weight at their current job. And when faced with a new medical problem, experts say a lot of people just wonder what doctor they should see. Most of the time, that's because they don't have a primary doctor. As Michigan doctor Frank McGeorge explains, that this could be a serious mistake.
In the age of CAT scans, MRIs, genetic testing, and drugs for everything, it often seems like modern medicine has all the answers. But what's often overlooked is the art of medicine, usually more important than the science. It's not some breakthrough being funded by a billion-dollar industry. It's primary care providers seeing patients in their offices one at a time. Doctors who know their patients' concerns, priorities, and even when they're not following their advice. The value of this continuity and trust cannot be underestimated, and the title of a recently published study says it all. Continuity of care with doctors, a matter of life and death. The researchers looked at 22 studies done in 9 different countries, including the U.S. They found seeing the same doctor over time was associated with lower death rates in their patients. These results suggest, although sometimes inconvenient or difficult because of the size of some practices or insurance concerns perhaps, people should try to stick with the same doctor.
Now, another thing I'm also frequently asked is when people should get a second opinion or change doctors. Even though I just said to stick with your doctor, if you don't have confidence in them or you don't think you have a beneficial relationship with them, then it's perfectly reasonable to look for a different doctor.
Consider a second opinion anytime you have a potentially life-threatening diagnosis if time and the condition permits, or anytime the treatment being recommended is costly, invasive, or has significant side effects.
Now, experts say the key is finding a doctor who understands you and shares your values, and that'll just make all the difference.
And I'm here to make sure that you understand that we're going to see rain showers, and it's a more or less a guarantee that we're going to see showers over the next few days. We start out with the satellite radar combination just over the past 3 hours. We've seen a few fair weather clouds roll in. Temperatures have continued to warm. Look at these numbers, lower 80s across all of Michigan, and this will be the case. We're still going to warm up even a few more degrees as the clouds continue to thicken this afternoon. Take a live look downtown South Bend, the Skyview 16 camera. Gorgeous look. Once again, the sunshine beating down and gleaming off the St. Joseph River. They're just outside of the Century Center, backside there. Beautiful look at this hour. Now, I do expect our conditions to take a turn as we get to the overnight hours. The wind has already turned around. It's right out of the southwest at this hour, between 5 and 15 miles per hour. That's what's been making our camera bounce around a bit, and may actually be nice if you keep the windows open this afternoon or maybe even later on today. I wouldn't say keep them open overnight, as we will see another good chance of showers and storms, which I want to talk about right now. 16 Future Track. Look at the time at the top of the screen here just a bit ago at the beginning of our newscast at noon. And as we move about the afternoon, the clouds tend to thicken up. Notice there's no showers as we stop that animation for the evening drive. I do not expect rain showers today. We move late into the day, and you notice the temperature is more or less stabilizing in the lower to middle 70s. This is just before midnight. Look off toward the side of the screen, off to the west of Chicago. Rain showers. Yeah, those showers and thunderstorms are likely to roll in just in time for our morning newscast coming up right on Friday. I stopped the animation at 5 a.m. and right there along US 31, that's where the showers could be at that point. I do expect us to see the showers anytime, I'd say between, we'll say 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning. We're going to see the showers between then. And then everything sort of tapers away. We get some isolated or scattered activity as we look closer to the noontime hour. And then we're at it again into the afternoon. The evening drive, it's going to be a bit dicey. And that, folks, is going to be our threat for severe weather. Notice on the screen that I've got this marginal risk. It's a category 1 out of 5 put out by the Storm Prediction Center. It means that we have the potential for maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm. If we are to see anything, I think the biggest threat here is probably going to be the wind. Certainly we could see some hail with this, but wind gusts of 58 miles per hour and higher, or hail of 1 inch in diameter or higher, is going to kick off a thunderstorm warning. And if that happens, we'll be here to let you know all about it during not only our 90 minutes of news, but on social media, Facebook, Twitter. If you haven't liked my meteorologist, David Harker, WNDU Facebook page, or if you don't follow me at DHarker, WNDU on Twitter, I encourage you to do so and get the WNDU Storm Team 16 weather app while you're checking everything out on your mobile phone. Now, here's a look at the rainfall that we could see going Friday and through Saturday. We still have Sunday to talk about, too, because we could easily add another 1/4 to a 1/2 inch on top of some of these numbers. But I think the general consensus is we're going to see rain. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inches, not out of the question, and we'll likely see more in some locations. So we've talked about today, 84 degrees. We look to the rest of our 7-day forecast and notice the shower and thunderstorm activity giving us the yellow category days into the weekend. We finally dry out as we look to early next week, and looks a little sunny. It looks nice and comfortable as you look toward Tuesday and Wednesday with temperatures in the lower to middle 80s. We'll take it after this rain, and I'm just hoping that I get a chance to mow my grass. I've actually felt bad because I haven't got a chance to go out there and mow and take care of the yard. Hopefully, we can all do that next week.
But I mean, it sounds like the rain's just going to make it really muddy.
Yeah.
But that's also great for our next thing that's coming up. We have an exciting event going on in Michiana. Are you tough enough for the challenge? I'll tell you more about the Marine Mud Run this weekend when News Center 16 at noon continues. I tried. All right. Okay. Yeah, I see the orange mic here. Am I sitting on the right or the left, or does it matter?
Does Marion High School say, screw you back?
Okay.
We don't as long as there's no lightning, we're still going to run it. Okay, well that's
Hi,
me.
I'm Travis.
Jason.
Nice to meet you. This is my first anchor interview, so
yeah, this is my first interview.
Okay.
So this be
well, I'm kind of relying on you here to just give your full fleshed out answers, because
right I'll get you mic'd up
it's
that way.
this segment's going to be a couple minutes long, so I mean just feel free to ramble on about whatever it is you want to ramble on.
Okay.
And
can you guys switch sides?
Oh. Oops. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll ask you questions and just answer them to the full extent of what you can. And if she's telling me to rap, I'll wink with this eye, so that way it doesn't show up on camera. And that just basically means kind of finish up your answer there, and we'll cut it off once that happens.
Okay, cool. I'll do my best. Yeah, I've never done this before. I've been freaking out about it all day.
Neither of us. Don't freak out. We're both freaking out at the same time.
Cool. Right on. I'll buy the beers afterward.
Guys? Just want to make sure that I don't get in the shot here.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Well, I mean.
Welcome back, and if you're looking for a challenge this weekend, we've got the perfect event for you. The 14th Annual Marine Mud Run is coming to Michiana. With me now is Jason Rhodes from the Marine Corps League in South Bend. Now, Jason, tell us a little bit more about what's going on here.
So the Marine Mud Run is a community support project put on by the Marine Corps League Detachment 095 here in South Bend. And what we use this for is to reach out into the community and show them that we're here and to give as much support as we can. For the last 14 years, we've been putting on the Mud Run, trying to raise money for Toys for Tots. At this point, we're a little over $70,000 we've raised in those 14 years. So it's going great, and this year's looking to be bigger than ever.
Wow, okay, so this is like an obstacle course, right?
Correct, yeah, it is an obstacle course out near Marion High School, and it's land that we got from Marion High School, and our members of our Detachment 095 here in South Bend built this obstacle course by hand. They built it themselves over the course of a couple of weeks years ago.
So what all is included in the obstacle course? Do you have to do anything that qualifies you as a Marine?
It won't exactly qualify you, but what you do, it is a 5K course, so it'll be about 3.1 miles. There will be monkey bars, inverted walls, there will be hills to go through, low crawls. We are going to have rope swings, tire pulls, push-ups, pull-ups. You'll get your workout.
That sounds a little why would anybody want to do that?
You know, because some people just want to taste, but they don't want to take the jump, you know. So it gives them a little taste of the Marine life. It gives everyone a chance to have fun and get muddy. And I mean, all of the money goes towards Toys for Tots and local Marines in need. So it helps people have fun and donate.
Yeah. Now, it's going to be a muddy weekend already, so I heard that with the lightning, possibly it might not be working for you guys?
We have been talking about it lately, and if there is no lightning, we still are going to run. We'll wait out as long through the day as we need to if there's a chance of lightning, and we can reschedule if need be as well. But we have been looking at the weather, and we are hoping that the lightning will hold off until later in the morning so we can get the run out of the way.
Cool, sounds great. Well, if you need the information, here's the information for the event. It's the 14th Annual Marine Mud Run again. That'll be held at Marion High School in Mishawaka. You've got to be there Saturday morning at 7 a.m. And if you'd like to donate to this event, go to marinemud.us. All right, this is Jason Rhodes. He's coming from the Marine Corps League of South Bend. Thanks so much for joining us, Jason.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. And coming up, one dog is being treated like a king by one restaurant, but it's in his final days. A heartwarming story just after the break. A Burger King in Ohio wants a dying dog to have it his way. 10-year-old Cody only has a few months left to live after being diagnosed with terminal bone cancer. Heartbroken by the news, Cody's family decided to keep him comfortable and happy by filling his belly with daily cheeseburgers from Burger King. When employees found out about Cody's cancer, they decided to grant him free cheeseburgers for the rest of his life.
Oh my goodness, that's a heartwarming story. You hate to see your pet go through something like that, but
it is.
The
but it's very bittersweet. But that's also just kind of how the weather's going to be this weekend,
Oh my
right?
goodness gracious! Yeah, we need the rain, but we just don't want it for the weekend. I do want to show you 16 future track over the course of Friday. Notice on the screen, rain showers during the morning drive, and we're easily going to see scattered showers through the noontime hour, and then more for the evening drive. It's going to be wet, and it could be heavy at times. We'll keep you up to speed if anything happens to go severe. Be sure to stay tuned, not only on air, but online as well.
All right, well, that's News Center 16 at noon, so thank you so much for joining us.
And be sure to join myself, Trish, and Josh. We're back at it at 4:30 tomorrow. Bye-bye.